Chaos at the courthouse, a heated Ho-A showdown. In a scene that could easily be mistaken for a dramatic courtroom thriller, a heated showdown unfolds in front of a grand courthouse. The air is thick with tension as two individuals, caught in a disagreement over the rules of a homeowners association, engage in a fierce confrontation. The sun shines brightly, casting long shadows on the stairs as the scene is set. This battle is not fought over property lines or noisy neighbors, but instead over something many consider trivial, the perceived power of Hohe rules and the individuals caught in its grasp. At the center of the drama is a man who stands at the top of the courthouse steps, fists clenched, holding up a piece of paper for all to see. His expression is one of defiance and frustration as he bellows, "I'm not in your HOA." His voice echoes through the empty courtyard, but the intensity of his words is matched by the chaos in the air. The paper he holds, a crucial piece of evidence, flaps in the wind as if trying to escape his grasp, symbolizing the underlying turmoil and the stakes of this dramatic confrontation. At the foot of the steps, kneeling in front of him, is a woman in a sharply tailored pink suit. Her face is contorted with frustration and anger as she grabs at the paper being waved in her face. Her body language is filled with urgency as she points towards the paper, shouting, "You broke Hohe rules." Her voice carries the weight of someone who feels wronged, someone who believes that the preservation of order and rules within a community is at stake. The contrast between her calm, composed appearance and her explosive emotions makes her seem almost surreal, as if she too is a symbol of the weight that rules, structures, and systems can place on an individual. As papers are scattered in the air, the scene becomes even more chaotic. The wind, almost as if joining in on the commotion, picks up the pieces of paper and throws them into the air like confetti. They flutter through the air, caught between the power of these two individuals, symbolizing the clash of ideologies, one man who defies the HOA system and one woman who passionately defends it. The scattering papers serve as a metaphor for the confusion and disarray that such petty but intense disagreements can create. The wind whips them around like the swirling emotions of the two individuals at the center of this drama. Behind them, the courthouse stands tall and imposing, a reminder of the legal and bureaucratic systems that govern people's lives. It serves as both a backdrop to the spectacle and a symbol of the ultimate power that laws and regulations hold over individuals. The courthouse is a neutral observer, watching as the players in this conflict act out their passions in front of it. Yet, it is also a reminder of the consequences that come with failing to adhere to a set of rules. In this moment, the building seems like both a fortress of justice and a cage that holds the two opposing forces within. The man's defiance is palpable, his posture rigid with the energy of someone who refuses to be held back by what he perceives as unnecessary restrictions. He is not just arguing with the woman before him, but with the very system that she represents. His declaration that he is not in your HOA speaks to his desire for autonomy, a rejection of the control that he feels the system exerts over his life. He sees himself as a free agent, unshackled by rules that don't apply to him. His gesture of throwing the papers into the air is symbolic of his rejection of the HOA system, as if he is willing to tear apart the very regulations that bind him. On the other hand, the woman who kneels before him is fighting for something entirely different. Her sense of order, structure, and respect for the rules seems to have been deeply ingrained. To her, the HOA rules are not just guidelines. They are essential for maintaining peace, fairness, and structure within a community. Her words, "You broke HOA rules," are not just an accusation. They are a rallying cry for the preservation of the established order. The conflict is more than just a personal disagreement for her. It represents a larger battle over societal norms and the importance of collective governance. She feels that the man's defiance represents a threat to the integrity of their community, a challenge to the very principles she believes in. As the conflict rages on, the scene becomes a microcosm of larger societal tensions. On one hand, there is a desire for freedom, individuality, and resistance against perceived authority. On the other, there is a desire for order, community, and the belief that rules are necessary to ensure the greater good. The courthouse, with its grand columns and stoic presence, serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between these two forces, the tension between personal freedom and societal control. It stands as a monument to the laws and structures that govern us all, and the conflict on its steps serves as a reflection of the ongoing struggle to navigate these complex dynamics. The papers that are thrown in the air also symbolize the volatility and fragility of systems, particularly the seemingly innocuous ones like the toe. On the surface, an HOA might appear to be a harmless set of rules, a way to maintain order in a community. But in moments like this, when emotions run high and stakes are raised, it becomes clear how deeply these systems can affect individuals. The man and the woman are not just fighting over a few sheets of paper. They are fighting over control, over freedom, and over the way their community should be governed. In the end, this showdown represents more than just a quarrel between two individuals. It is a reflection of the broader tensions within society, where rules and authority collide with personal desires and freedoms. The courthouse, as an observer to this clash, stands silent, its presence both a reminder of the power of the law and the fragility of the systems that rely on it. It is here, on these steps, that two people battle not just for their own sense of right and wrong, but for the soul of the community they inhabit.